y'all doing, folks? Welcome to this episode of the Outdoors Bound podcast. I'm George Noleff. Thanks for being with us.
There he is. Got him. Yep.
Let's check out the local fishing report. Smith Mountain Lake is on fire. The largemouth and smallmouth bite has been spectacular. Soft plastics are taking fish that way. Trolling for stripers with live bait early in the day has been putting fish in the boat. Night fishing more your thing. Well, casting stick baits near riprap is also catching stripers. Flatheads and channels are in pre-spawn feed mode at SML, and they are cooperating. Pretty much anything you put in front of them. Also, getting good reports of panfish, live bait or micro jigs in the shallow is going to get you a fish dinner. Turn into Bugs Island. Good reports of largemouth, jigs, soft plastics, all around deep structure. That's been the way to go. Muskies and smallmouth, they're being taken on the James and New. It's been on fire. Saltwater's more your thing. The flounder bite has been solid from Chincoteague to Cape Charles. Just a reminder, when it comes to flounder, the size limit in Virginia is 17.5 inches this year, 4 fish per person. Sea trout and reds also in the mix from the Chesapeake down the coast to South Carolina, and we are blessed with some fantastic inshore saltwater fishing just a short drive away. So if you're taking that trip to Virginia Beach or Nag's Head or Myrtle, you might want to work some fishing into the plans. Now, I had a chance to fish the waters around Calabash, North Carolina recently with Captain Tim DeSanto of Tideline Charters. The great thing about inshore fishing is something's always biting.
Oh, that's a Spanish.
That was a nice swipe.
Sometimes everything's biting.
Got him.
Sometimes something really big is biting.
Big shark.
Big shark.
Inshore fishing is a lot like the proverbial Forrest Gump box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. But at this time of year, it's a good bet you're going to run into a sea trout or a redfish.
Just kind of swim them with that hand right there. Very good. We like to think that we've done our part over the years to show people that, we have world-class fishing, especially certain times of the year. March, April, May, September, October, November, those 2-3 month periods there from an inshore standpoint is as good as it gets. Got him. Yep. Another nice trout. Yep.
I recently had a chance to fish the waters near Calabash, North Carolina and Little River, South Carolina with Captain Tim DeSanto of Tideline Charters. He had Mike Amato on board that day and we caught fish.
Nice.
That's the class.
Nice
That's the class of fish we're looking for there, Mike.
We started the day fishing the Salt Creeks and the Intracoastal Waterway.
That's a Spanish.
That's Spanish. Yeah, that's Spanish. Nice Spanish.
Good sized Spanish, yeah.
And we finished out beyond the Little River Jetty, sight fishing Spanish mackerel, feeding in schools of pogies, and targeting much bigger species, possibly lurking below the bait.
We found this giant school of bait out here off the beach. We just got done catching all these Spanish. It's fun to run down the beach and sight fish Spanish, especially this time of year when we've got a beautiful ocean.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I like the idea of not putting him in the boat with us.
Oh yeah, no, he's not coming in. Yeah, just don't whatever you do.
Oh,
There you go. Perfect. Couldn't ask for a better.
He's self-released.
These trips tend to book up quickly, but the good thing is the fishing's fantastic almost year-round. That's good news for anglers, and it's what Tim DeSanto lives for.
The day that I don't want to catch, or any of our other guides that we work with here, the day that we don't want to catch a fish as bad as you do will be the day that none of us do this anymore.
Another big trout. Nice trout.
Oh, goodness gracious.
I'll tell you, that shark was quite a rush. Special thanks to Captain Tim DeSanto and Tideline Charters. And if you are fishing in an area that's new to you, I always suggest hiring a guide, at least for a day. That way you'll get to learn techniques and the local waters. Also check the local bait and tackle shops. If you're headed for the area around Myrtle, Dave's Outpost, just to the north in Sunset Beach, North Carolina, is one of my go-tos. I talked to associate Ed Palumbo.
A lot of folks come down here on vacation. They don't realize the fishing's excellent around here. Talk to me about the fishing through the year.
Fishing is actually getting real good right now. Water temperature moving up. As that water temperature moves up, the bait starts to get a little active, and it's the old food chain thing after that. So we're seeing just about everything getting active right now. Inside you got speckled trout, red drum, black drum. Start to see a lot of Spanish being caught off the beaches. So this is a good time of the year to be out there. You shouldn't be home watching me on TV. You should be out fishing.
Now, if I come down here later in the year, summertime's still pretty good, just different targets maybe?
Just different targets and maybe different times of day. The water temperature can get to the point where it's a little bit too hot But you know, they like us, we feed during the summer months too. So you just got to target the time of day to be out there.
And then wintertime or fall, actually,
Fall speckled trout is king. You just can't go wrong with speckled trout fishing around here. The reds are still active as well. So it's a great time to be fishing in the fall.
So if you catch a redfish or sea trout, one question I get asked a lot is, George, how do you like to eat them? Well, with both species, grill them, fry them, broil them, there is really no wrong way. Now, if you really want to get adventurous, if you catch Spanish mackerel, keep them on ice that same day or the next, fillet them, and then slice them thin into sashimi. Serve them with some ponzu. That's a type of citrus-infused soy sauce, and maybe some sliced avocado. Very fatty, very rich, and very tasty. The key is keeping them on ice until you're ready to clean and serve them. You can help wildlife managers assess the health of the wild turkey population in Tennessee. The Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency has conducted a turkey observation survey from now until the end of August. If you're out in the wild and spot turkeys, take note of where, how many, age, and sex of the birds, and then go to the TDWRA's website and report what you saw. The info you provide could help turkeys to thrive. Hey, I wanted to let you know about something cool. A local group, Real Connections for Kids, was one of 10 recipients of grants announced by the Virginia Department of Wildlife Resources. $150,000 going to be split amongst those groups. So what does Real Connections do? The group takes kids and their families fishing, and it puts on clinics to get children involved in the outdoors. A couple of times a year, in conjunction with the Smith Mountain Lake Striper Club and various charter captains, groups of kids who normally wouldn't get the chance are taken out on Smith Mountain Lake for a day of fishing.
This is a great opportunity for kids to come out in a really structured environment with, these guys are professional striper fishermen.
Bring them out and show them what we do, how we do it, get them involved in fishing, and hopefully we're growing some new people to the sport.
Special thanks to my buddies Chad Gilmore of the Smith Mountain Lake Striper Club and Captain Johnny Mathena of Patriot Fish and Charters for talking with us about Real Connections. The kids also get some fishing tackle to help them continue fishing even after the trip's over. Plus, through the year, Real Connections holds clinics for kids to teach them about wildlife as well as how to use different types of fishing gear. Predators like coyotes are part of the environment and they help keep prey populations in balance. But when they start to target farm animals, they can become a nuisance. That's where professional trappers like Sam Catterton step in. You are looking at the front line of protection against predators on a farm. A dog trained to guard the animals, in this case chickens.
Hi.
But when a dog's not enough, farmers have to call in professional help.
Right here. That's a coyote trap.
Predation costs livestock, poultry, and crop farmers millions of dollars a year. And that's a cost that gets passed on to us at the grocery store. In our area, the primary farm predators are coyotes, foxes, raccoons, and possums.
Now you got fields right here.
Samuel Catterton is a trapper. It's his job to curb the growing number of predators, protect farm animals, and in the process, create balanced wildlife populations.
If you have a healthy predator population, a prey population, not only is everything, the whole ecosystem thrives better. In areas, we control the population or attempt to control the population, not to wipe out any populations, but because we love a healthy ecosystem.
Selective harvest, which is what trapping is, has been shown to improve predator and game populations as well as save farmers money. And trapping has evolved. Modern trappers always ensure their job is done as humanely as possible with different traps used for different situations. Trapping practices are highly regulated by the Virginia Department of Wildlife Resources.
For demonstration purposes, that's what it does. It goes around the joint on a foot and it holds. There's not a bunch of pressure there breaking my fingers. It's not a bunch of pressure on a foot. It's the tension of this holding right here to stop these jaws from spreading back open.
We don't recommend doing that at home. That's a specialized trap handled by a professional, but it shows how that trap is designed to grab and hold, not injure. And the trap is also on a swivel, so the animal can move freely.
We have check laws. We have to maintain our stuff. We've got to go and we put in the work to make these traps work correctly, efficiently, and ethically. We don't want an animal hurt. Well, we don't, and that's the bottom line of it. And that's what us as trappers are, true conservationists. We love animals.
Trapping is not the only way to keep predator numbers in check, but it may be the most effective and efficient way. And when you consider that most of the farm animals taken by predators are young, we're talking lambs or calves, and that the loss of each of those animals costs on average $200 to $300 for the farmer, then you can see why it's necessary. The other thing to consider here is that predator-prey ratios are kept in balance by trapping. And that's good for predator numbers. It helps them to thrive, and it keeps the ecosystem in balance. That helps the rest of us.
The farmers can help themselves too by managing some of their property to provide habitat for small game and deer. Trappers say that'll give coyotes and other predators more natural prey to target. Hey, I got a helpful hint for you. Got it from a guy who follows Outdoors Bound online. He says if you're hiking into a place to fish or you're wading and you want an easy and compact way to pack hooks or flies or small baits, use an empty Altoid tin. Rinse out the mint dust, use strips of cardboard to create spacers, then load it up. You can carry it in your pocket, keeping your hands free. It's pretty cool. You know what else is pretty cool? The sounds of nature. For this week's 30 Seconds of Solitude, we go to Mason Creek in Roanoke County. That is just beautiful. Folks, that's all we have time for. Talk to you again next week. Until then, I am George Noleff, WFXR News, Outdoors Bound. Tight lines and good hunting, y'all.
You build the mountains in your dreams. You lead the world so you can breathe. Whoa. You walk on fields inside your mind. You cross the oceans and the skies. Whoa. It's like you found a better way. Don't fight them all on what they say. Just turn around and walk away. But if you leave again, just take me there with you. But if you leave again, just take me there with you. I wanna live this land with you. Touch the grass and feel brand new. Whoa. I wanna see what you can see. Have the faith and to believe. Whoa. It's like you found a better way. Don't fight them all on what they say. Just turn around and walk away. But if you leave again, just take me there with you. But if you leave again, just take me there with you. We only glance at the sun, but from the ashes you grow strong. And stand in all that you hold.